I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. This is your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 186. And today we're talking about staying strong enough, long enough. Stay strong enough, long enough. Why? Because your success is on the other side of you staying strong enough. And so I want to just kind of share something with you. I read this earlier today, and I thought it was really, really powerful. It said that Walmart opened in 1862, and they made $975,000 in revenue. Today, though, Walmart makes $980,000 a minute. So it's not about how you start. Just trust and do the work, and the money will come, right? And so, how do you go from making in a year, you make that in a minute? Like what? I mean, that's just crazy when you really think about it, right? Imagine right now your annual income, and imagine making that in a month, and then eventually making that in a day or even in an hour. Like some of us just aren't thinking big enough, right? And but the thing is, no matter what we do, we got to stay strong enough, long enough. It's easy to quit, right? That's the easy thing to do. The only way you fail, honestly, is if you quit, right? That's what one of my mentors said. The only way you can fail is if you quit, but it's impossible to stop a man or woman who will not quit, right? That's his quote. Mike Humes, by the way, that's his quote. Look him up. Check out his podcast, the We Won't Quit podcast, right? We'll have him on the show soon. Hopefully, we will. But check this out, guys. Um, it made me think about. I was thinking about David, and I just can't imagine that as a child you're already the underdog. You're already the one that your own father didn't even call you out to receive a blessing when Samuel came. And then he received a blessing, but then he had to go back and tend to the sheep. Just imagine that. Like you're told that you're going to be king of Jerusalem, and then you got to go back to tend the sheep. And you go through this long journey for like 15 years of being chased, right? Like fearing for your life, all these different things that you had to go through, still being picked on and treated unfairly by your brothers, like your brothers didn't really think you were much, right? But yet you were told that you were going to be the king. Like you almost have to like almost not even believe it, right? Because like you look at your reality and you don't see anywhere close to that being possible, but that is your reality. And I'm telling you, your reality is that you can and will be successful. But you're going to prolong that process if you quit, right? So stick with it. Like get started with something and stay with it and be consistent, right? Like just stay consistent. Like I don't understand the stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. I get it. Maybe you don't see the results and you feel like, okay, it's not working, let me stop. But what if you just kept on going, right? Like it's like if you were lost and you were driving, would you just stop and go home, or would you just try to figure it out? At least figure out, ask somebody. Like there's always a way to where you want to go, but you just got to keep pressing, keep going. So that's what this message is about: is can you stay strong enough long enough? Can you stay strong enough to get through the all this crazy stuff that happens in life for you to get through on the other side and become the person you need to be so you can attract the things that you need to do and have in your life, right? So you can fulfill the purpose and the mission that God has already ordained and called for you. See, if God is for us, who can be against us, right? All things work together for good to them who love God and are called according to his purpose, right? He will bless the work of your hands, right? So understand that if you are already blessed, if you are already like if your father is already you know, Yahweh, right? The most high, heavenly, right? The one who maker of heaven and earth, and this is your father, and he already told you that you were going to be successful, that you were going to have whatever success that you are destined to have, then why not believe it? I mean, would you rather believe the opposite, right? So believe that hope and then just stay around people who will water that seed, that will continue to grow that seed, that will continue to push you forward, not push you backward. People who are not dream stealers, but dream givers, if that makes sense, right? So, guys, I really want you to take this podcast episode to heart because I want to see you make it. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you succeed. And the only way you can do that is if you keep going, right? If you keep going, you may not be able to see up the road. You may not be able to see there may be a bunch of fog and smoke, right? You may be like, I was in Mexico this week and we were out on the ocean and it just reminds me, I think I talked about this a few episodes ago, but it's like you're in the middle of the ocean and you can't see where you came from and you can't even see where you're going. That's a scary place, but you just got to keep going. And you got to really press through even through mentally. That's where it really is the stinking thinking. We got to get rid of those negative thoughts and continue to speak positive affirmations, continue to work on ourselves, continue to grow, continue to surround ourselves with the right people. All those things that we got to do to keep ourselves in a positive state of mind so that we can get to the other side, so we can get to where we want to go. These things are necessary, but you got to stay strong enough, long enough. Some people will work so hard on their physique, but they don't ever work on their mind. Oh man, I'm gonna say that again. We work so hard sometimes on our bodies, but we won't even work on our mind. We work so hard on planning the trip, but we won't even plan our life, right? So these things are so important, but we gotta do it. We gotta focus on it. We gotta believe that it's possible. How bad do you want it? Do you want to stay in the same place every year, or do you want to get better? Do you want things to change? Do you want to get to the other side? It's there waiting for you, right? You got to become the person you need to become so you can get there and get there in the way that you're supposed to get. And here's what's interesting about that: your yes is connected to so many other people's blessing, meaning that just by you pursuing and accomplishing what you're supposed to accomplish, how many people's lives will you liberate because you actually didn't quit? You actually kept going. And now someone else gets to have a better lifestyle because of you, because you kept going. So that's why it's so important and imperative that you stay strong enough, long enough, because it's bigger than you. It's not even about you, it's about your legacy, it's about the people who are coming behind you, but it's also about the people's lives that you're going to impact because of what you're going to do. You're going to do something special in the world. You were created for this. You are destined for this, but you got to go out there and do it. You got to go get it. You got to make it happen. And you can't allow those negative voices in your life to to get you off track and get you sidetracked. Keep going, keep pressing, because guess what? I believe in you. I really do. I may not know you, but I do believe in you because someone believed in me. And so keep going, man. I'm telling you, you got this. And I hope that I can't wait to hear the success story on the other end of this. Hey, let me know when you make it because I want to celebrate you, right? Because you deserve it. So go out there, go make it happen, get it done. And I can't wait to celebrate your success. Take care. God bless. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.